poised?
It's action-packed first 4 overs, wides, extras, boundaries, wickets. It's obviously crowd are enjoying it, but to tighten up our lengths a little bit and our lines a little bit, and the wicket's not as flat as you might think. It's keeping skidding through a lot. That was his assessment of it. First thing is skidding through. It's not a free-flowing wicket.
You spoke of the wicket and how the wicket has behaved in the first innings, 127. That's not what you would have settled for. What do you make of the track, particularly the spinners coming into action very early?
Yeah, I think their spinners bowled quite well. They bowled quite slowly, which obviously didn't allow us to get any pace on the ball. But obviously our spinners hopefully now have learned that. But 127 is probably a little bit under par, obviously, but not massively under. Maybe 140, 150 would be in par.
Yeah, huge atmosphere, huge setup over here. Inaugural edition, coach of the Biratnagar Kings. What's the first piece of information and knowledge that you've given the kids?
Yeah, I think we just got to enjoy it. The players, got to enjoy the opportunity to play on a world stage. Obviously going out to millions of people around the world. Enjoy the pressure that brings, and obviously the big crowd in the stadium as well. So just embrace that and try and play your natural game and show the world what you can do.
Coach Kevin O'Brien, we've seen the batter Kevin O'Brien. You've done the length and world in cricket, a journeyman yourself, an aggressive 30. Is that the message always for the play cricket?
Yeah, I think it's important in T20 to attack the power play as much as you can. But in saying that, you've got to assess conditions and assess the wicket and then play accordingly. So yeah, it's always trying to be positive and proactive.
Right, thanks for your time, Coach. Good luck in this very game.
Thank you, cheers.
Right, Kevin, it's back to the commentators.
Well, our thanks to Kevin O'Brien. Great to hear from really not just an Irish legend, but a legend of the world game. We'll get a quick look at this boundary that Malantha picked up. 389 appearances there for Ireland. Kevin O'Brien, the most capped Irish sportsman of all time until very recently. Paul Stirling's just gone by him, his great pal. And Kevin O'Brien's second visit here to Kathmandu. He loves Nepal too. Great close friend of mine. So happy to see him here involved in season 1.
Ratish definitely testing out the pitch here. He's got some good bounce. Not happy with that being called wide. It was a good shot from Malantha. Stood tall. Got his hands high enough to get over the ball. That was let go. He's pulling some decent pace here, Ratish. Got a good change of pace too, which we've seen when he got Anil Kumar Shah.
Just going back to the head coaches there, Kevin O'Brien, the Irishman. There's also a great Indian connection. Umesh Patwal, the former head coach of Nepal. Nandan Vadnis, who's the current assistant coach. Rajiv Kumar, who's got that experience down with the Chennai Super Kings in the IPL, but also then a great breeding ground for Nepali coaches to come through. The former national team captain, Gyanendra Malla, Prashanta Shahi of the Kathmandu Gurkhas, and Jagat Tamata, the under-19 national coach, also alongside Prabhuda Dasanayaka. Really good selections for me.
Excellent. What a good mix of overseas and local coaches.
Do not want to take a single to Nicholas Curtin. He is ever so quick. And that's what this whole league is about. It's not just about developing players, it's about developing officials, breeding the next generation of fans, bringing through coaches. I know it's only day 1, and I get in trouble sometimes for getting too excited, but you can already feel how great this NPL is going to be.
Without a doubt. The response from the crowd has been amazing, and the quality of cricket is only going to get better as we go deeper into the tournament.
Oh, what a shot that
Shots
is.
like that will make the tournament even better. Malantha finishes off with a maximum. Siddharth Bank 6 crossing ropes, creating hopes. That's exactly what it was. 46 for 2 after 5.
17 in hot pursuit of 128, and Janakpur bowls need 82 of 90 with 8 wickets in hand. What a contest here. We saw the spinners wreak havoc in the first innings. Villiers comes in from the combox end. Over number 6, the final over before the field restrictions will be lifted. He's a very dangerous customer with the ball, Villiers. Expect him to ask a few questions. Just like how I'm going to ask a few questions to HG Ackerman in the combox. Good afternoon, HG.
Good afternoon, Mikhail. He's going to have to ask a lot of questions here because at the moment the Bolts are cruising. Yes, they're 2 down, but there's no real threat as far as the run rate is going. What a stroke this was to end the previous over. They'd be difficult to find, the big ones today.
Got a 6 very early in the innings, unlike the biratnagar Kings, who took some time to tee off.
The Kings were also cruising at one stage, weren't they? Guptill was playing really well. He had a measure of the surface, but as soon as he was dismissed, the spinners came into their own. The middle and late order really struggled with Kevin O'Brien talking to you about that. The surface was really slow, and the spinners from the Bolts bowled particularly well. So the Kings will still feel is that if they can just nip 1 or 2 out here, that the tail might struggle.
That's chipped in the air. It falls short of the field at long off. And courtesy that single, the 50 as well comes up for Janakpur bowls. They are on course at the moment.
So important to get a win early on in the competition. Just eases the pressure not only the players but the coaching staff as well.
Yeah, and what they need right now is a good partnership. You don't want to slide. You don't want the bad game and the chase to cave in. 2 very experienced players. Tucker came good with the ball. Has certainly come and rub in his bowling batting as well. Biratnagar Kings need a wicket from here. Very important to keep striking. Just going too hard at that one.
Is that the modern day players, they don't seem to worry too much about the required run rate, even if it's sitting at a run a ball. They want to get themselves into trouble if they play too high risk from here. They just need to nudge it around, and they could cruise in here if they just play smart cricket. Now that's the end of the power play, so 6 gone, 52 for 2.
Against Kenya in Nairobi 2 years back. 108 wickets for him, and look at that for economy. 6.15. Brilliant.
It's a critical spell for both sides. Bolts play Lamachani well, then maybe they'll have that first victory, but the Kings will be looking for Lamachani to make some inroads here, get a couple of wickets, not just be economical, but take wickets. That's their pathway to victory. I wonder whether the skipper's going to bring in a couple of attacking fielders. A slip goes in.
Yeah, you do have long on and long off as well for the miss hit. One at deep mid wicket as well. Nicely bowled. You got to bowl to your field. With a slip in place, you want to really create some doubt as well in the batter's mind.